All right, there we go. Good morning, everybody. How are we all doing today? It's Friday. Weekend's here. Things are great. Got the water. Got my coffee. And I got my nemesis, the cat, coming in here. What do you want, cat? He's not my nemesis. He's so cute. What do you want? All right. So today we're working on some stretches, but they're a little bit more advanced. Okay? So if you're not able to do all of these, that's okay. As you continue to follow up and do these with me every week, you're going to get better and better, and eventually you're going to get here. So if you're feeling confident in a lot of the other stretches that we do, then maybe you can kind of try, and we'll go along slowly. So because they're a little bit more advanced, we're going to do them a little bit slower. We're going to take our time, okay? We're going to do a few less. So I don't want to overtax your body. You're going to try them out, see how you feel about them, and then move on from there. Okay, so first one we're going to do, now you remember, of course, our pencil stretch, right? We're doing this guy, okay? Here's what you're going to do. Now, it's a small variation, but you're going to notice the difference. You got to bring your feet all the way together, right? So what we're doing is by squeezing our legs together, we're getting a bit of a stretch here, and we're activating these stabilizing muscles that hold you from falling side to side. And now we go up. So now we have to use our core and our legs to balance ourselves from teetering one way or the other and falling over. So it seems easy enough. And if you've been doing the pencil stretch with us a lot, you should be okay. But it is a variation that takes some balance. So we want to add that, kind of level up a little bit, because as you get better at this, it does become easier. If it becomes too easy, your body doesn't get to advance. And again, this thing just keeps getting, I'm too huge for cameras. I am like 15 feet away from the camera. And still, I barely feel like, I feel like we got it done. All right, here we go. Ready? We'll do the second one. Together. And up. Good. And we reach. Perfect. Just like that. Good job. Nice and easy, right? Not so bad. Exactly. Okay. Next stance we're going to take is what's called the warrior pose. And we'll do this in two parts. Okay? So the first part is the lower body. The idea is to take a long step, so 1 foot in front there like this. I'll do it sideways, but I just want to show you how in line they are. Do not go behind like this. This is not correct. Okay? Right here, nice and neutral. So the shoulder width, you just have one behind the other. Okay? So from the side, it's this way. Okay? Now, all you're going to do is you're going to lean forward a little bit on that front leg, and you're going to try to hold that position. Now, this is part one. So if this you find a little bit hard, okay, you're going to stop here, and you're just going to concentrate on this. You're going to try to hold this balance a little bit. Right? Try to let go for a couple of seconds if you can, and you try to hold this position. If you can't hold that position, we're going to bring you up to part two. Okay, so we're going to go like this. And now, similar to the pencil stretch, we're going to bring our arms up, and we're going to aim up for the sky. There we go. Right, so that's just stretching out your whole back, your whole body. And yeah, it's not easy, right? But it's going to happen. And you're going to do it. The more you do it, the better it is. Right, we just hold it for a couple of seconds. And good. There we go. Nice and easy. You got it. So, here we go. You ready? Stage one. Hold on if you need to. Right? So if you let go and you're having some problems, you can stop here and just stay here for a while. Get the lower body ready to used to what's happening here, okay? And then up. Just like that. So now you're stretching out all kinds of things. There we go. Perfect. Good job. You did great. Remember, hydration. Right? Water and coffee for me, but Water, essentially. This is number 3 today. Woke up today and I was thirsty. My goodness. Okay, we're going to try this one again, okay? Here we go. You ready? Stage 1. There. So now you're getting a bit of a stretch in the calf. You're getting your stabilizing muscles activated, right? And now don't do this. Don't lean over. If you got to hold on, don't lean over. So don't have a chair or something down here you got to bend to get to. Something high that encourages your proper posture, okay? Now, up. Good. Just like that. And a couple of seconds. And down. All right, so there's stretches, right? So we're not trying to hold this to exhaustion. So let's say you can achieve that position. And only about 2 seconds until you start, right? You come up here and, oh, that's about as long as I can hold it without tipping over. That's okay. Start there, right? The fact that you can even achieve one of these positions is good. Right? So we do the best we can. And the more you do, the better you'll get at it. All right, that was fantastic. Okay, so now we're going to work on, that's a warrior pose 1. We're going to work on warrior pose 2. But not before we have some coffee, because I don't know about you, but I can barely speak without coffee. It's tough. I love my coffee. All right, so the warrior pose 2. The lower body is going to do the same thing. The upper body is where the change is going to happen, okay? So we want to get some twist motion going in this spinal column. So again, we start off with this. If this is all you can do, this is all you can do. And don't worry, we'll get there, guys. So instead of having your arms up, your arms are going to be to your sides. And you're going to turn. Right? So now I'm getting a rotation in all of this section of the body. Right? And it doesn't, listen, if you start here and this is as far as you go for now, that's fine. You go slow until you feel that stretch, and there you are. Good. Just like that. Easy. It's not easy. Don't worry. It's not easy. It's very difficult stretching, right? So static poses are not easy to do because they require a lot of your body and balance to get you going. But I want to challenge you, right? So if we don't try and we just do the easy stuff, that's as high as we're going to get. So I would rather you try this, hold on to something, and just try to hold this pose for a little while. And you're going to notice the more you do this, right? Right now you might be a little bit stable and you're leaning so much on this thing. But as you do more of it, you're going to get better at it. And then, oh, you know what? I can take my hand off for a second or two. And then maybe you take your hand off for 10 seconds, then a minute, you know? So it's all progression. So don't worry if you can't do the full thing right now. Do what you can. Follow along. Right? There you go. Good. Now, arms out. I have the problem of being too huge. So I gotta straighten my arms out when I turn, right? So now we turn. We're still keeping that back straight, right? So we're not doing this. That's why the arms are up. To encourage that, right? So now you have a nice line going along the back. Good. And by reaching out, now we're stretching out all kinds of muscles. Up in the shoulders, along the spine. Very, very good. All right, next one might be a little tricky. So you got to be careful. You might have something to hold on to. Maybe you don't want to try it just yet. But we'll try part 1. Okay, so part 1 is if you need it, you hold on to something, okay? Ideally something in front of you, but if I put something in front of you, in front of me, you see nothing. If I turn around, you see my run, and that's no fun. So here's what you're going to do. You're like, whoa, okay, I don't know if I can do that. That's fine. You go as wide as you can, that's comfortable. So you should feel the stretch without feeling pain, right? So you don't want to go too far. Now, if this is as far as you get and you feel tension here, then that's as far as you get. Don't worry about it. Right? You get as far as you can go comfortably. Perfect. Now, for those of you who are advanced, for those of you who are not, let's just hold it here and let that stretch sink in. Remember, we relax into the stretch, which is why I encourage you to hold on. So I want you to be able to relax. Okay? You shouldn't have to use all of your might to hold this position. Right? Good. Okay. Now, for the part 2 of it all. Again, if you have furniture or something that can help you along the way, maybe you can lean on a couch or something. But what we're going to do is we're going to bend forward as far as we can go. Right? Now we're going to keep the back straight on this one. We're not going to bend the back until near the end. Remember when we did the back stretches this week, right? So keep that back straight for a while, right? Before we come down here. And then we just let ourselves, now we're not pushing, right? We're not pushing ourselves down. Now just here we're relaxing. And we let ourselves sink into this position. Now you can bend the back to this final position, right? So now you're getting a stretch all up here. You're getting them in the hamstrings. You're getting them in the back. Doing the whole body. There we go. Good. Doing great. Now up, right? So we'll stabilize ourselves. I use my legs. You can use a table, a chair, whatever you do. Stabilize yourself and come out of that stretch and let the muscles go back to the way they're made to be. How's that feeling? Pretty good, huh? For sure. It's not easy, right? Listen, Friday we do a little bit more advanced stuff. Because, why do we do Friday? So here's the concept behind it. You are stretching with me every day during the week, right? We do floor stretches, we do chair stretches, we do some standing stretches. You're going to advance. As you go along, you're going to get better and better at this. You're going to get more and more flexible at this. So Friday's the day, hey, let's see if I got a little bit better this week. So we challenge it a little bit. Okay, ready? Here we go. Now, second one. Remember, every time you do the second stretch, so the same stretch, second time, you're going to be more flexible. In other words, you're going to be able to get a little bit deeper, but be careful, don't push it. Right? So right now, I'm feeling the stretch. I could push my legs out more. I can really push it to the limit, but don't, right? Once you feel that stretch is as far as you want to go. You don't want to go into extreme, and then that's going to lead to pain. So you don't want that. Again, if you're looking to be an Olympic gymnast, I'm not even flexible enough to coach you. So that's how, right? So listen, this is about quality of life, right? So we stretch these out. Good. Now, back straight as we come down. And then from here, we can relax in. Now, if you're in this position, let's say you need to lean up against something. So you can have your rump up against the wall, right? Something to hold you up. So don't be shy about getting help from furniture. Now, remember my toes, they got to point forward, okay? So we don't want the toes flaring outward. If your toes flare out, you're going to cause pain on the hip. Good. Just like that. Okay, guys? So don't let the toes do this, because as you bend, you're going to hurt your hips. So be very careful of those feet. Okay? Everything matters. Good. Well, you're doing fantastic. How you feeling? Feeling okay? Good. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is similar to our back stretch. We're going to work the hamstrings a little bit, but a little bit more advanced. So if you need, we're going to use these towels a little bit more often for people a little bit less flexible, okay? So I'll show you how we can advance it. The idea is to come down, bend your back, and try to pull yourself gently towards, now you're keeping your legs straight, and try to gently pull yourself towards your feet. Now, if you can't get there and you need some assistance, Right? Put the towel behind your leg, down behind your shins, not behind your knees because you're going to buckle your knees. Down behind your calves, okay? And we bend down, and now we can use these to encourage our movement inward. Right? There we go. Good. So what we're doing in this one, guys, it's less important to go down low, right? So we're not trying to reach the floor as much as we're trying to bring ourselves into ourselves, right? We're trying to get as close to, so if you got to be up here, that's fine, right? You're trying to get close to your legs. Okay? So remember, calves, not knees. If you do this exercise and you grab onto your knees, they're going to buckle. Legs got to be straight. So you go down for the calves. If your hands can't reach the calves, you get the towel. Okay? So I'm going to try one more. You want me to do it with the towel so you can see again? Okay. So, towel of any size, right? Again, depending on your flexibility. So if I can't get down past here, then this towel obviously is not long enough, so I need a longer towel. It's okay. If this is as far as you go, no problem. You use the towel and you give yourself a bit of a tug and you get in deeper, right? So that's why we have these towels, right? Is to encourage you to get down and get into your, right? Exactly. There you got it. Right? So even if, like I said, with the towel, let's say with the legs straight and I bend, whoo, as far as I can go. This is it. Right? Maybe that's the case. Big long towel or something long. Like I use a towel because it's easy and everyone has it. But you might have something at home that's long enough to do the trick. You want these down, not at your knees, right? Because you're not pulling forward, you're pulling up, right? So you're here, let's say, you're pulling up and you're bringing yourself down. Right? So it's a little bit tricky, but again, these are the advanced stretches. So maybe you can, maybe you can't, that's fine. But you're doing great. Okay, one last one, and we're done for the day because we've stretched out the calves and the hamstrings and the back. So that's why these ones are a little bit more advanced. You get more of the body in one shot. And instead of focusing just on the calf, just on the quad, just on the chest, you get the whole body. So that's why they're advanced. Okay? So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go back into our little split guy. Not too much though. Right? We're gonna do our little snake charmer. Remember this guy? Okay. Arms up. We're gonna gently twist to one side. There we go. And the other side. So remember, we're not contracting muscles, we're stretching out our sides here, okay? You have lats, you have abs. I mean, I can get all scientific about it, but I mean, most people are like, okay, well, then you may as well be speaking another language. So let's say physically where you should feel it, right? Is down the side of your body. So from here down. Great. Well, good job, everyone. Listen, that's it, right? Like that's your 17 minutes. So yes, less. We only did five or six, but more advanced. A little bit harder, more involved through the entire body. But you did a good job, right? Because what's important is that not that you achieved the completion of all of these, is that you said, you know what, I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm going to go along with him. I'm going to go slow and I'm going to do what I can do. And I'll hold on to the furniture if I need to. And why is it important? Because trying has value. It really, really does. Right? Doesn't have to be perfect at first. As you get doing more, you're going to become more and more perfect. So don't worry about that. So that's it, folks. It's Friday. Go out and have a good weekend. I realize it's like COVID time pretty bad these days. So make sure you have a mask and stay away from people if you can, right? But get out and enjoy a bit of the fresh air whenever you can. Go for a walk around the block. Go find a secluded spot and sit out and enjoy the breeze and have lunch outside, have a picnic. Anything, guys. Just go out and have fun. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you back here Monday. And now I sneak up for my usual awkward sign off. Bye, everybody.